everybody. So I know I've been doing all of these videos live so far, but today I had some demonstrations that weren't quite going to work live. Some of them are kind of temperamental, and some of them I just needed to change locations. So I filmed them all ahead of time, and every single one of the demos today has fire. So without further ado, we'll get into our demonstrations. So just a few reminders before we get started. One, it's always important to consider safety when you're doing any science demonstration. Today's demonstrations involve fire, and when you're using fire, you need to take some precautions. One is we're going to use some kind of safety goggles anytime we're dealing with fire. So goggles like this that go all the way over your eyes can be good. And these are called chemical splash goggles. You can also just use standard safety glasses like this. Some of them you can even buy big enough that where they fit over your regular glasses if you wear glasses. You also want to think about using a lighter that is a little bit safer. So candle lighters are always a good call. They keep you a little bit farther away from the flame. And then, as always, you want to make sure that you have both parent permission and parent supervision if you are a kid, because fire can be dangerous and it's always good to have an adult there. In this first demonstration, just like you saw in the intro, you're going to see that you can relight a candle by holding a flame in the trail of smoke. Okay, so in this demonstration, we are going to see some of the properties that candles have. As each side of the candle loses mass, the candle is actually going to act like a pendulum. And so as the wicks and wax slowly melt away, it will swing back and forth. So in order for the pendulum to get into the swing of things, it has to find a balance of the mass on either side of it to be leaving the candle equally. And once it finds that rhythm, it will go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth until the candle runs out. And so we're almost to that point in our experiment where we are out of candle wax, and eventually it will stop moving just because of that. This next experiment is a little bit of a throwback to our gas laws demonstrations. What we're going to see is that the heat from a flame can increase the temperature of a gas, and then as that flame goes out, the gas inside of a closed environment will shrink because of the lowering temperature. And so you're going to see this flame can draw in water into a turned upside down cup. For this demo, I recorded it in my basement so that you can see a little bit more of the fire. Most of my house has a good amount of natural light, and so you wouldn't be able to see the flame as well. That's all. Please remember that this is a fairly dangerous experiment and one that you should not try to do at home. Just like the rest of these today, if you attempt anything with fire, you want to make sure that you have a parent's permission and their supervision while you're going about doing that. But this one in particular, be really careful with. And that's all we have for this episode of Sully Teaches Science Live. We will be back with an actual live stream next week where we have a little bit of an ice cream party for the end of the school year celebration. I hope you can join us, and we'll see you then, Tuesday, 4 p.m. Bye, guys.